Today is the day that all the pubs properly reopen again, in the sense that we can all go inside the building. We're going to risk getting COVID. And, I'm also about to go into a few pubs, going to get some footage and show, people being jolly or a fake kind of jolly, in my opinion. Especially got to give all these details to actually go into the place. I just think, what's the point? Might as well just do what everyone else has been doing for the last year and a half and simply buy some tinnies from the offie, especially now that summer's coming up, and then just chill by the river or something like that, to that effect. But today, all the pubs are kind of open, and what I think is going to happen is that the government are going to use this excuse. They're going to say, maybe a couple of weeks down the line, couple of months down the line, whatever it is, in the future they'll go, oh, due to everyone going back in the pub, we didn't foresee, this new variant has come along, whatever it will be, the Portuguese variant or whatever, it'll be some rubbish. Due to that, we have to lock down again. So they're sort of using this as an excuse. So, it's all about control. Everything's always been about control. So, people, let's be honest, right? If you're still wearing a mask and yet you're going to pubs and restaurants, then you don't fear the virus, you fear the government. Because you wouldn't be out in the streets. And that's a fact, that's reality, and people just have to accept that. They're not doing it because here's for grandma. They wouldn't be out in the streets then. Because that's just human nature. They're doing it because for their own selfish reasons of, I don't want to get a fine. I don't want to get in an argument with someone. I just want to keep my head down and continue with what I'm doing. That's just human nature. People, yes, people can be generous. People can be charitable, of course. But the individual always comes first and the family comes first. Everyone else is not exactly a risk. Immediate family, of course. But you have to think as well, when people put their masks on and when they go into the train in the morning or whatever, at rush hour, do you think they're really doing it? When they put the mask on, are they doing it because they're thinking, here's for you, grandma? Or are they doing it for the more likely reason that I don't want to get a fine? I don't want to get into an argument. What do you think? It's obviously the latter. So none of this crap about, all those virtue signaling profile pictures of people with masks on, it's all just an illusion, it's all lies, just more virtue signaling for people who lack virtue. They have to make up, it's overcompensating for someone they don't have. So, we're going to the pub, me, Resistance GB, actual interview. I don't know if subject access is going to be there, possibly. And we're just going to have some footage and go around. Also, in the end, past rush hour, past everyone's clocked off from work, go into Soho and see how it is. I got a funny feeling there's going to be no social distancing, but let's see if I'm wrong. From the day of the pub's opening, there is no footage because, to be blunt, it was crap. No one went out. When we got to Soho past 5 p.m, past people clocking off work, etc. I think we got there about 6 p.m. to 7 p.m, I can't remember now. There was no one there. And I think that's quite a sad state of affairs. Now, I know it was a Monday, but look, London is pretty much always partying, right? I've been to many events on a weekday, and people will go out because we're all drunks. Now, because, look, that's just the way London is. And it's quite sad to see that many people weren't out. I personally think the pub industry now is pretty much dead. It's on its way out now because the government have eventually allowed us to plug, say there's 5 holes in a bath. And the way that they're still going about it is that, you still got to have Rule of 6, you've still got to do all this track and trace crap, you've still got to wear a mask. Like I said, the pubs aren't really open. They're kind of like phantom open. So it's like they've given a bathtub and there's 5 holes in it, and the government have allowed you to plug up 4 holes. So there's still one hole that's leaking, and that's where the money's going. It's going through that one hole. And now all the pubs and restaurants, etc., bars, clubs, they're all catching up. And I don't think they will catch up. I think it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that now, due to their compliance, due to them following the rules, they're all now going to go out of business. And that's why I respect the bars that didn't shut, i.e. speakeasies. I went to a few speakeasies. I'm not ashamed to say that. I've said that publicly. I don't care. I've been to a few speakeasies and they're grand. And even now, unfortunately, there's 3 places I could recommend to you right now. But due to the knocks, I can't really tell you where they are. But you see me on a Freedom March next time, come up and introduce yourself to me, and I'll recommend you those 3 places, right? I can't say it publicly on this video though, unfortunately. So, compliance will not save you. I've said this to all these businesses, these pubs. It's like trying to appease the bully at school. Oh, if I just make friends with the bully won't bully me. And then you get bullied. So, this is the problem with this sort of mentality. So you have to openly defy all of these rules. Now, what happened on Monday when all the pubs reopened? They didn't. You're just allowed to be inside now, but still have to comply with the BS rules. The plan was myself, subject access, resistance GB, actual interview, and a guy called Immortal Alien. We all met up in Leicester Square, went to the Wetherspoons there, just to sort of, just a meet-up place. And also, Immortal Alien has this little funny thing where all of his live streamers keep buying him drinks and food. Because obviously with the Wetherspoons app, you can remotely buy people drinks and food. And then he's got quite a fairly large following, average of 200 people watching, and they all hilariously start buying him hilarious stuff. So all these weird things start coming to the table, like a plate of 20 fried eggs or something like that, something like ridiculous like that. And they do buy drinks as well, and I thank those people for buying those drinks. But when we met at the Wetherspoons, what happened is that we were very angry with the staff, or at least with this one particular manager. The staff are pretty cool, actually. They're just the manager. That he was treating us, well, not just us, probably the whole of the customers in his pub. He was treating them like crap. It was all this sort of stuff where only 6 people are allowed to sit here. Oh, and then it started pissing down, raining. We went, can we go inside? Oh, have you booked the table? No, but there's a table right behind you. I can see it right here. It's like, oh, no, you've got to book it. And it's like, well, there's 6 of us. Oh, no, it's only 4 chairs. Well, I'll get 2 chairs then, so it'll be 6 then. Oh, no, you can't move chairs around. It's killed fun. Why do I want to go back in the pub anymore? This is like, I've now adapted in a year and a half of all this crap that's been going on. We've all now adapted. What's stopping us from simply, this is going to kill these people who have complied with all these rules. Why should we go and reward them again? Why should we give them our money that you've been complying, you've been denying freedom, you've been these nonsense rules, these arbitrary figures like Chris Whitty and Patrick Vallance have come out with this absolute childlike nonsense. So we went there, and it's just, what is stopping us from simply just going to an off license, buying some booze, and going to the river come summer? What is those 3 places I told about that stayed open during the whole time, or at least, did as best as they could. We want to go there. In the end, even though we had all these sort of glamorous Soho bars that we were at later on, we didn't go. We went, let's go to the places that helped us out during the lockdown. Go to the ones where all these speakeasies were. And that's what we did. We went back to one of these places and rewarded the staff with loads of money, i.e. like getting beer, getting food, etc. So that's why there's no footage, because there was no footage to be had, really, which is pretty much dead in Soho. Hilariously, it started really coming down with rain. And one of the guys, I can't remember who it was, it might have been an actual interview, he filmed this sort of river that was coming through the front garden of the Wetherspoons, and he got about 30 quid for it. It's hilarious. That's just how, like, the mainstream media want to buy that crap, but they don't want to buy, like more of the important stuff. We always think, when we film stuff, do you think the mainstream media will want this important stuff of all these hundreds of thousands of people that turn up? No, I'm not interested in that. Or how about a squirrel chasing a nut? Yeah, 30 quid. It's just hilarious. Like, sort of, this is journalism nowadays. This is mainstream journalism. That's why I say we, more so those other guys, because obviously my channel's only got about just over 500 subscribers, I can't remember now. Those other guys who have worked really hard, actual interview subject, Access Resistance, GB, Tyrant Finder, etc., TKE Media, various others. They've actually worked hard. They're showing you the real truth. They're showing you, hey, this is what's going on. Journalists are failing us. So, as in the UK Press Association media, they're failing us. They're only they're part of the state system now. They're not to be trusted. So, this is why there's nothing left. There's no footage to be had, because there's simply nothing to report on. But going forward now, don't just go back into the, well, it's up to you, obviously, it's your choice. But I personally would advise, don't go into these pubs that have shut down the whole time. Oh, we're just following orders, oh, we're just doing that. Why should I reward you? Why should any of us reward them? We should be rewarding those places that stayed open, defied the rules, and, are not making people sign these ridiculous, track and trace stuff, wear masks everywhere. We should be rewarding those things. So it's up to you guys what you want to do with your money. It's your money at the end of the day. I can't tell you what to do, and I don't want to. But keeping in mind, who are the ones that value freedom, and who are the ones that are complying with the state? You choose. But thanks for listening, guys.
If you want to be a hero, well, just follow me.